everybody. It's Michelle, and I'm still playing with all of the wonderful embroidery floss that came in my embroidery kit from Beebeecraft. And there are just so many beautiful colors here and so many projects in store. I thought it would be fun to do a tassel today. I'll go ahead and do a couple. I know I want to use this soft pink. It's very soft and light. I think that's so pretty. And then I'm going to use this teal color. I think that would be beautiful as well. So many colors, you guys, and so many projects in store with these. Okay, so I have my two colors, and I'm going to show you how to make our tassels today. And I've got a really simple trick for you guys. The first thing I want to do is to pull off a little piece of thread here. And I'm going to use that to tie off my tassel. Okay, and the rest of this, I'm simply going to take it just as is. I'm going to find where to get my fingers between the loops, just as it already is on the skein here. And we're going to go ahead and make our tassels right like that. So I guess I'll need two of my little tie off strings. Okay. And I'm just going to take it and find the loops. I'm going to tie each end together. So I'm just going to loop that through and tie it into a knot right there. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other end. And this makes it super simple. Just loop that through. And then this is our loose end, but those will all come loose in the end. It'll all work itself out. So I'm just going to tie that into a knot right down low there. And I'm going to go ahead and cut my paper off there so I can see what I'm doing next. Now, I'm going to bring those ends around and just cut the whole skein right in half. And those are going to be our tassels. I actually should have kept another string from each of these. I'm going to go ahead and pull one from that. And pull one from that. And just lay those out flat. And that just makes it super simple to get it all gathered together, just to use it the way it already is on the skein as it comes from the store. And then I'm going to take my string here and just tie that off. Now if you wanted to, you could go round and round and round and round with a longer piece of your string here and make that your decorative binding. But I happen to have some ribbon that matches this particular floss very closely with a little decorative sparkle to it, so I thought I'd wrap that around as my decorative band instead. Okay, so those are tied together nice and tight, and if you want to, you can just pull those down in with the rest of your tassel fringe, and we'll trim it all up a little later. And now for my ribbon, I've got this with the pretty little sparkly edge on it that I got from Walmart. I think this was $1 or $1.50 or something for the entire roll. So I'm going to cut a nice clean edge to start, and then bring in my hot glue gun. Just put a tiny little dot right there and stick my ribbon down. I think I'll wrap it around a few times. And then I'm going to go ahead and stick my hot glue gun back in there and glue that down before I cut it off. That way I've got the rest of it there to hold by. And then just snip that off. And I think this works out so cute that you just use those looped ends and you instantly get 2 equal tassels. And just sneak a little bit of hot glue up under there and hold it down. Snip that off. And then just comb it all down neatly and give it a little trim. And now you've got your strings up here. You can tie together at one end. You can tie it around your rear view mirror. You can put them on a longer string for curtain tie backs. You can make a purse charm or a key ring. You can even make necklaces with these tassels. I've seen a lot of that and it's very cute. You could do a smaller version and make little mini tassel earrings. If you want to, you can loop through here with a jump ring rather than the string if you're going to put it onto jewelry. So this time I think I want to make one tassel that's a little bit thicker. So that is very easy as well. I'm going to take my end here and cut that off. Now to make one tassel out of this instead of 2, I'm just going to twist it and bring it together again like that. And now I have much thicker that we can use just as one tassel. So I'm going to cut a small piece of my string again and pull it through the top and just tie that into a knot. I'm going to go ahead and do a double knot. Bring my knot right down to the rest of my bundle there. And now I'm going to comb that downward as much as I can. Now I'm going to leave that like that. And I'm not going to clip the end since we're just using it for one. I'm going to save that part for the very last until we get it wrapped. Now what I want to do is I'm going to tie this around here very close to one end. I'm going to give myself about that much length, about the length of my entire tassel altogether. And then decide where I want that to tie off at. And then just tie a tight knot right there. And then let that short end hang down. And my long end here I'm going to use for wrapping. And I'm going to wrap that around several times. Instead of using the ribbon, we're just going to use the floss itself as its own sort of binding band there. So just tie that tightly, one single knot followed by a double knot. I'm going to go ahead and trim those off just a little bit. We may have to trim them up a little bit more. So now that we have that tied and wrapped, I'm going to go ahead and cut all of my loops. So just get where those loops all come together and cut straight across. So I'm going to comb that all down and give it a little bit of a haircut as well. Make sure that they're all the same length and shake it loose. And there you've got one nice thick tassel. So as you guys know, these are my embroidery flosses from my punch needle embroidery set. And I didn't quite enjoy the punch needle part of that set, but I have had so much fun with all of this embroidery floss and just doing regular embroidery with it, tassels, and I've got a lot more ideas with embroidery floss. So I will leave you guys the link to the set that I had that was the punch needle set. But if you're not interested in that and you just want to make tassels, I'll also include a link on Beebeecraft's website for just a bulk order of the embroidery floss alone. It is beautiful floss and I love it, and I love these fun projects that you can do with this. So you guys be sure to go on over to Beebeecraft's website and pick up some of the embroidery floss, whether you choose the embroidery floss alone or the punch needle set or the embroidery starter kit. It is all so much fun, and there's so many crafts that you can do with embroidery floss. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, give me a like over on my Facebook page, and be sure to join our Facebook group Crafty Minds. Also follow me on Pinterest and Instagram, and don't forget to visit my blog. I'll have those links as well as Beebeecraft's links in the description below, so be sure and check them out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.